So we've got something else. The other thing that can happen here is we have a shift of the curve. Right? The shift of the curve means that this whole demand curve shifts to the right, or the whole demand curve shifts to the left. What causes the whole demand curve to shift to the right or to the left? Anything other than price. So that's all you have to think. If I have a price change, we have the curve stays the same, and we read, the new quantity off the horizontal axis here at the new price. If something else changes, like say consumers' income, then we don't think about a price change, we think about the entire demand curve shifting. So what are the sorts of things that can shift demand curves? Well, you want to think, what sorts of things shift demand curve to the right here? It's basically saying, at any price, consumers want more of this stuff. So at $3 before, at D0, consumers bought, about 1,000 units. At $3 in the new demand curve, D1, something's happened. We have a new situation. The demand curve shifts to the right. People want to buy 1,400 units of this. So, your simple textbook would say something like, this quantity is measuring ice cream. What we're saying is, for a certain city, Annie's Ice Cream downtown in Bathurst, price of $3, mild weather, people are buying 1,000 units of ice cream, but then there's hot weather, lots more people go to the ice creamery, blah, blah, blah. At the same price of $3, people now want to buy 1,400 units of ice cream. Right, in this case, it's a change in weather. So a change in weather affecting demand shifts the whole curve. A change in price just shifts us up and along the same curve. So again, that's this ceteris paribus. Saying holding everything else constant literally means everything else. It means the weather, it means income, it means consumer tastes. Likewise, we could be thinking about micro miniskirts. Famous people are seen wearing micro miniskirts. What happens to demand for micro miniskirts? It shifts to the right. Ceteris paribus is violated. People look at micro miniskirts on the famous people on the telly and they go, hey, she looks good in that. Maybe I'll go get one. Yeah.
Is ceteris paribus just price, or do you mean just
It really depends upon the model you're in. In the models that we're in this class, it's only price. That's the only context in which it's used. If you go into other more advanced economics, then it's let go of those limits, anything goes. But yeah, in this case, whenever they invoke ceteris paribus, all they're thinking about is price, because price is on the vertical axis here. You could think of demand curves with income on the vertical axis. It'd be really messy. Then you'd be thinking about only income changes. So ceteris paribus means only price changes because, I really forgot to put price up there, didn't I? Yeah, wait, it's not. Okay, it is there. So as long as price is on your vertical axis, that's why when we invoke ceteris paribus, we mean only price changes. And that's why if you move to other sorts of models, you'll see ceteris paribus meaning only income changes or only inflation changes or something else. But in the models we'll be using in this class, we'll always be drawing price on the vertical axis here. So it's exactly that. No, good question. So what do you need to know? You need to know we have a downward sloping demand curve, that there are two things that can happen. Price changes, in which case the demand curve stays the same, and we read the change off according to the different prices, or something other than price changes. And then what we're going to have is we're going to have something like this, a shift of the demand curve. Could be to the right, meaning at the same price people buy more, or it could be to the left, meaning at the same price, $3, people might buy less, depending upon the context. And so this one we call a shift of, and this one we call a shift along. Right? So as long as you keep those in your head, you won't make a mistake here.